Early this morning, the Ukrainian Air Force claimed they conducted an attack on the port city, Crimean port city of Feodosia, where there was a Russian landing ship there, where they targeted. It's about 112 metres long, can carry about 10 tanks. But there was a spectacular explosion at the site. Looks almost certainly as if that ship was carrying weapons as well. Now, the Russians admit the ship was damaged, almost certainly terminally, but the Russians also claim that they shot down 2 Ukrainian fighter jets at the same time with anti-aircraft fire. The Ukrainians, of course, deny that. Now, Grant Shapps, the UK Defence Secretary, has leapt on this as an opportunity to say that now the Ukrainians have destroyed 20% of the Russian Black Sea Fleet. It's evidence that the war with Russia is not at a stalemate. And also he uses to prove the critics of Ukrainians' counteroffensive as wrong and says that the Russians' Black Sea dominance of the Black Sea is actually being challenged. One big issue with all of this, though, is that the metrics of success in this war are not about ships destroyed or tanks destroyed. It's all about territory gained. The Ukrainian spring offensive turned into a summer offensive. That's been going for at least 6 months, and the front lines haven't really moved that much. Whereas the Russian offensive has always been focused here on the Donbass. That's their priority. A lot of the focus has been on Avdiivka. The Russians lost a lot of forces over fighting of the Avdiivka over the last 2 months, but also at Marinka. And it was only yesterday that the Russians claimed that they had seized Marinka. The Ukrainians denied that. But today, earlier on today, the head of the Ukrainian forces, Valery Zaluzhny, admitted that the Ukrainian forces have actually withdrawn, although there's apparently nothing left of the town. Now, this is really important, actually, because the Russian special military operation was always focused on the Donbass and Crimea, whilst the Ukrainians were attacking to the east of Dnipro and around Zaporizhzhia with no progress at all. The Russians have kept consistently around this special military operation around the Donbass. If it is true that Russian forces have taken Marinka, that will be a very important tactical victory, not only for Russia, but particularly for President Putin.